Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel Manifest with Kavita. For those who are new to my channel, I am Kavita Kumar, a free spirited person set out on this journey called life. And on my channel, I share my secrets of how I was able to manifest a perfectly blissful life for myself. And with these secrets, I hope you will be able to manifest a similar kind of lifestyle as well. Today on Transformational Tuesday, I want to share a story with you which might inspire many of you out there who are trying to decide between struggle and between challenges in life. This story is about a girl who, since childhood, wanted to become a doctor because during her upbringing, there were only two options for her, either to become a doctor or to pursue engineering. And math was always a struggle for her. So she did like math, but then what happened was gradually there were no proper tutoring that led her to continue the interest in this field. So she decided, okay, let's go ahead with becoming a doctor. But then so many competitive exams. Have you ever felt the same? So many exams, this exam, that exam, and you never get through. You are not made for those competitive exams, but you know that you're made for the final goal. So how do you reach there? So through the so-called struggles of life, she went ahead and she failed. She kept failing. She couldn't pursue her career in med school, but then she didn't give up. She was like, no, if not for a degree in med school, I can pursue a career to get a doctorate. So what she did was, with the support of her family, she decided that she's going to pursue a career in research. Just deciding to pursue a career in research, that's not enough. There are a lot many challenges that come along with it. But then she decided that she's going to look at it in the form of a challenge and not a struggle. Because struggles only led her to failure. But then she said, let me take a different outlook at this. And this time she took it as a challenge to get to her goal. And what happened next? She had to face many more challenges to get an admit for the PhD program. Why? Because none of her family members were in the same field as she was in. She was the only one in her family which had chosen a science career over any other career path that was available to her. And now, because she was all alone, she didn't know how to reach out to. So she reached out to consultancy programs and things like that. They did help her with making the applications, sending them out. But one thing they missed saying that because she wanted to pursue a career in research, she didn't have research experience at that point. So how do you think anyone would take her for a PhD program? Nobody told her that. So when she got rejects after rejects on her application profile, she realized that if she has to get an admit, she has to get some experience. Now again, getting an experience in research is also not that easy because they always want people who already have experience. But how will someone get an experience without being given that first chance? So she thought about it, how to go about it, and then she came to know that there was this person at a particular research institute who was giving projects for people who want to be trained in research, and she went for that opportunity. And what happened next? She got a full project to herself, which she finished in 6 months, and then because of a good performance, she got another project and she continued working. This was 2 years and she didn't stop applying for the PhD program. She went on and on. Second year came across and it was time for universities to reach back with their decisions. and that was the time when a catastrophe struck her life. Now, what came across her was really, really, really big. Her dad was diagnosed with brain tumor, and now she was in a fix. Should she go for her career that she's chosen, or she should stay back and be there for the family? Because it was a really tense time, and she was the only one who understood science at that point over the other members in the family. So that year she decided no, she's going to give up on the applications. Even if there is any positive response, she's going to give up on it because her family needed it. And then the surgery happened, her father recovered, everything went fine. It was 6 months after her surgery when her dad said to her, I want you to continue to pursue the career that you've chosen. Don't give up. And that is what she wanted to hear. And she again applied. This was the third time round, third year that she was going to apply. But again, when you have to pursue a career in countries outside, you have to give competitive exams. So her exam had expired, so she had to give that again, and she was never really good at competitive exams, but she managed. She knew if she had to get the PhD program, it would only and only be because of her potentials and not because of some competitive exam. Third year came around. She sent all the applications. Now she's waiting on the results to hear back from the university. Again, it was rejects after rejects after rejects. At this point, she had not only had research experience, she also had a paper to her kitty. But still she was getting rejects. Now think about it. When she started, someone told her you need research experience to get an admit. 3 years down the line, she has research experience for 2 years. She has a paper to her kitty. Still no acceptance. I wonder, what were the universities looking for? Think about it. What must have she been going through? It was at a point where she was hitting depression, and she almost gave up. She said, this path is not for me and I'm going to give up. And if there is a way, please universe, show it to me. And you know what happened next? A miracle happened. That's what happened. It was really a miracle that changed her life, where a professor from a university she had applied to reached out to her saying that, I see that you're approved for a program in my university, in my department. Would you like to work with me? And this was something that she read when she woke up in the morning, all dejected and thinking that, okay, I've lost everything in life. Seeing that email, she couldn't believe her eyes. It was as if someone, like she was seeing a dream, or someone was pranking with being a prankster here. She was like dumbfolded. She didn't know how to react. But then she went to her mother and asked her to pinch her. And she said, can you read this email for me? Do you see the words that are written? Is that true or am I dreaming? This is her exact words to her mother. And her mother was like, no beta, you're not dreaming, this is true. But then there was a twist in the story. So the university she had got, the professor approached her, said that she had got an acceptance. But the university had rejected her profile, her application, and she replied back saying, no sir, I have been rejected and I'm not part of the program. So he said, don't worry, I'm the head of the department, I will see what can be done. And he went back and checked. He said, oh, the only reason you were rejected was there were no funds to fund a PhD student. I have the funds, do you want to join my team? And it was like, who would say no to such an opportunity, right? Who would say no to such an opportunity? She went for it, she grabbed it. She was like, there is no looking back. She didn't stop. She didn't think a bit, because this was something that she had always waited for. 3 years is what it seems to get to the PhD program, but her challenges were right from the beginning, is what I would say. And do you know who that girl is? I'm sure by now you know it. That girl was me, very, very much me. And that girl, me, today, after completing PhD, now is working at one of the world's number one topmost lab, Berkeley National Labs, and I'm a scientist here. And I am here today because I decided to face my challenges head on and not take them as a struggle. I remember each and every day of that struggle, but I would never take it as struggle, because that was a challenge, and every hurdle that was put across, I overcame it with a smile on my face, and because of the support that I got from my family and the miracle as well. If not for all of that, it wouldn't have happened. The reason why I shared this story is because many of us try to get to a certain point, want to achieve something, but when they start seeing failures, they decide to leave. Don't do it, is what I'm trying to say. Failures always lead to success. They are just stepping stones to get you there where you want to. And don't think that nobody is watching how you play the game. There is always someone watching you, and you want to make sure that you are playing fair in the game, because you will be rewarded for every step that you take. So if you're thinking to give up, don't give up. Keep at it. Face the challenges with a smile on, because success is right there when you decide to accept those challenges, like I did. So if I have inspired any one of you, please let me know in the comment section below, and hit the like button as well. I would really love to know your success stories, or at least maybe now you would be inspired, and later you can come back and tell me that because of this little inspiration, you achieved what you had to. Just forget it. Just be carefree. Leave it. Just do what you have to, and I'm sure you're going to win it. Just don't think. Just take that leap of faith, because on the other side lies your success, your lifestyle, your life that you want to live. So with it, I'm going to end my little share today. And again, if you've liked it, please do like, share and subscribe, and turn on the notification icon so that you know next time my video drops in. And until then, see you lovely souls. Love and light.